Ladies, how you
Hello.
doing?
Hey.
Wonderful. How are
Good. How are
you?
you?
I'm good. I don't know if I've annoyed people in the press room because I have an 8 o'clock deadline because the Great British Bake Off starts tonight. So I was like, get me in to talk to them now so I can go and watch the show.
Oh
I
So
honestly
gosh.
understand that very, very much. It's like one of my favorite shows. So
but
I
that's what one
respect
of the
it.
PR ladies said as well. She was like, oh my God, the Bake Off starting again. I have to wait a year to see it in the US. And I was like, what?
Yeah. VPN. I didn't just say that.
Yeah. Where's your film showing? Amazon Prime? That's online, isn't it? Uh-oh, VPN. It's the one thing we get in the UK before the US. Usually it's the other way around. Usually we have to wait for things. So
True.
we'll have
You
one.
also get Love
Anyway,
Island before us. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
congratulations on the film, guys.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Really enjoyed it. I was just talking to your lovely director before about the project and about everything else, and she said that you guys were kind of attached before she got on board. So I just wondered for both of you, when you read the book for the first time, what was it about these characters, and then working with your director that made you really excited to get stuck into this one?
I was actually shooting with Sarah when I first read the book, or when my manager first told me about the book. So we were already working together and got to even talk about it way back when. And I mean, there's so many different themes that I was really interested in exploring. Female friendship, the sexual awakening, and also with my character of how she kind of copes with trauma and loss and her own tragedy, and kind of at the end of it finds her own strength and peace with it to some degree, as it's always like a lifelong journey. But exploring those themes was what I was really interested in doing, and then I was already working with Sarah, and I loved working with Sarah, so that was already. And then Diana was attached to it,
I hopped on
so
board.
that was just I was really looking forward to that.
I mean, like Christine was saying, I hadn't worked with either one of them before, but my manager at the time was just speaking so highly of Sarah and of Christine, and he had said that we think we could get Amazon to make this happen, and I think it could be a really special project. And I was like, and he's like, the script is going to be different from the book, and I was like, okay, so do I read the book? He's like, just wait for the script, and I was like, okay. So I did not actually read the book because I was like told not to, because I joined in so much later, because I think you guys had already been developing it, and like Sarah had already been working on the script by the time it like came to me. And I read the script and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I loved Kate's arc, and just how she starts off with such high morals, and just like what she's willing to do to be the best completely deteriorates that. And all the while she's figuring out her place in the world, her what she, I mean, her sexual identity. I mean, all of these things that come to the surface when you are that age. I mean, for the rest of your life, really, are things that Kate explores throughout the film, and ultimately, has this friendship with M, and this whole emotional life with M. And like Christine was saying, the theme of like redemption was such a strong point for Kate, that she eventually does get that redemption, even though she makes a lot of questionable choices throughout the film.
Yeah, and I mean, for you guys as young actors, I mean, we're at a position now with films where obviously with Amazon and all these other places, you can go and tell these stories where sometimes you wouldn't get to tell them. You wouldn't get the financing for it, all that kind of stuff. But also stories, especially about women and about young women. Diane, obviously, you were in Booksmart, and there was other films like this. How excited are you to be part of that generation that slowly but surely you are getting to tell these stories that maybe 10, 15 years ago weren't
Oh
really
man, I feel
being
so
taken?
lucky. Like it's so crazy. I'll get like messages on Instagram, like in my like DMs. We all read those, by the way. Like we do read those. And I get these messages from like teenage girls just expressing how these films that I have been so lucky to be a part of have impacted their lives, and like so positively. And I when I was growing up, we had a lot of like rom-coms. Like Mean Girls was kind of that film for, I feel like, for our generation. Um, but there was not many, like there was like, that's like the one film I can think of. I'm like, yeah, we had Mean Girls, and that was it. And it's called Mean Girls. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So
Yes.
to be part of this generation where it's like female directors, female storytelling, female projects, like female centered, female driven, is like, it's really empowering. And it's cool that like one day, if I ever have a daughter, she'll get to grow up in a world where like there's there's so many stories to watch that she can be like, wow, I feel like empowered and I feel like I can do anything I want because like these stories are being told.
That's powerful. No, you said it really well. I mean, even just from when I started 5 years ago, the scripts and sides and stuff that I was getting then was all about the girl just helping out the guy in the movie, and that's valid too, but it was always just like the pretty girl next door, or the descriptions of the character were always super, you know, it's about appearance, and there was never really much depth, and so
yeah,
that's
it's like female
changed.
characters written to serve the purpose of the male protagonist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas this is a story where there's two female protagonists, and like there's two female protagonists. You know what I mean?
And we're even going into the themes of like in the dancing world, and I guess in society as a whole, females have always been put up against each other to kind of win the man. And ballet, I did not know that, but like the man is such a huge part of you know, succeeding in that world. And I thought it was mostly about the women, but that was also...
And M comes in and tells Kate that it's like, it's not about him. Like, it's not about the guy. Like, this is about us, you know? Like, you are more important to me than the prize, than the man, than, like, whatever society says is, like, the most important thing in the world. And that's, like, super powerful.
Yeah.
100%. As a final question then, Dinah, this is kind of to you, but it's to both of you, really. But I've seen interviews with you about auditioning for Steve Carell, which was obviously a big kind of deal for you. I just wondered, in terms of this film and auditioning in front of Steve Carell, or auditioning in general for both of you, which is more difficult, this movie with all the things that it encompasses, or kind of auditioning?
Auditioning is a funny game. It's not even a game, process. I don't know why I said game. Who am I? I'm like auditioning. It's a funny game. Auditioning is interesting. Like, it's not the same right now, you know? It's
Zoom.
Super weird right now. I actually love auditioning. It's so much fun. Like, I love going in there and working with the casting director and, like, getting feedback in the room. And, like, you kind of learn more about it. And, like, you like, meet other actors sometimes. And, like, I don't know, it's like community in a weird way, you know? But, like, hey, this is great, too. Not having to, like, it's great to... I mean, this is the first time in my life that someone's come to me and been like, oh, we're gonna make this film, like, do you want to be a part of it? And I was like, oh, wow, okay. Me? Are you sure? Like, are you sure? She's like, I saw Booksmart, and I was like, okay, that's not, but are you sure
that you're amazing?
You want me to be I was like, I was in that movie for like 2 minutes. Are you sure you want me to like lead a film?
Took up space.
So thank you.
In the best way.
Really sweet. Yeah. But they're just different, you know? Like, ultimately, can't wait to be back in like a room again with like people, like actual people. I did that once during the pandemic, and it was like such a fulfilling experience, and I can't wait to get back out there and like things to like return more normal than just Zoom. Like, group Zoom auditions are so weird.
So hard.
How do you feel? What do you think?
No, I agree with you. I miss being in the room and getting to collaborate. I mean, hopefully that is the experience. You know, it varies, but I think self-tapes are hard. I do them over and over and over again, and so it's nice to be in the room where you can get notes on the spot and kind of adjust and get their take on it, because you know, you're just doing your own interpretation, and that's all you can do. But it's just better to be on the spot. And
I also just feel bad for my sister who has to help me with all my self-tapes. Like, poor thing. She has a life. And I'm just like, I need you to help me with the self-tape. And she's like, I'm literally busy. I'm like, I don't care. I need you to help me.
That's
a struggle.
deadline. And the camera set up.
Oh my God, ring lights? Like, I feel like a YouTuber with my ring light. Oh.
Well, ladies, that's my time up. Absolute pleasure talking to you both. Thank you so much for your time.
Have fun watching the show.
I shall.
Have fun with the Great British Bake Off.
Yes, enjoy.
See you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.